This is Automated Thought.
Hello. For my first act as president, I am going to go ahead and institute a haphazard and unconstitutional Muslim travel ban. We're gonna ban all the Muslims coming from all the countries, except, the ones where I have my businesses. Not those. Also, we're gonna start beginning the mass deportations at the southern border. Get rid of all these Mexicans like I promised. Believe me, we are going to start tearing families apart. Moving right along, I'm gonna staff my cabinet with a bunch of twisted billionaires. I think we have like 6 Goldman Sachs bankers up in there. It's great, you're gonna love it. Most of my departments, they're gonna be staffed by crazy ideologues who want to destroy the very department that they're working for. Like the crazy lady I put in charge of education, she actually hates education. It's hilarious. I am also very excited to be working with members of Congress to repeal Obamacare and replace it with, something. I don't know, maybe nothing. Your healthcare is going to be better and cheaper than ever before, or worse and more expensive. Either way, a lot of people most likely will be losing their coverage. Like this kid, here, look at him. He's so poor, he's a loser. Who doesn't have a bunch of money to buy healthcare nowadays? This kid. He's out of here. He's fired. Out on the street. Don't care. Also this week, I will be instructing my Department of Justice, headed by the wonderful man Jeff Sessions, to begin cracking down on all those states that have legalized recreational weed. Newsflash, the federal government's in charge. No weed. No weed for anyone.
Oh my God, Donald, why are you doing that? I thought you were cool, man. I thought you were like some kind of crazy party animal, and we were all gonna get high together, Donald. Man, why you wanna be so mean? That does it. I'm gonna go get a Molotov cocktail and start a revolution or something.
Yeah, that's great. Also, it's come to my attention, I have all these friends who, they own telecom companies, and they're getting tired of people on YouTube using their clips. It's all about the clips used on part of the cyber, which is YouTube. There's all these losers out there. They make these shows. That's disgusting. They make these disgusting shows where all they do is steal other people's clips and make them into clip shows and laugh at people and stuff. They've even laughed at me from time to time. It's crazy. But we're going to introduce a bunch of new SOPA legislation where anyone who uses clips online, they're going to be sued back to the Stone Age. No one can use clips anymore from anything, or you're going to jail. You're losing everything. No more clips.
Oh, come on, Donald. I thought you were cool. I can't believe I told everyone you were going to be interesting. I thought, me and you and Milo Yiannopoulos, we were just going to, drive around and, trigger a bunch of snowflakes. I don't get it, Donald. Why? I thought you were...
I am also going to outlaw butts. Pictures of butts on the internet. All those pictures on the internet of big, round, juicy butts, like Blasian girls. You ever seen a girl who's half black and half Asian? Oh my God, they just have the most perfect butts you've ever seen. Just round and just perfect. I'm gonna have the NSA remove all the butt pictures from the internet. And you're probably saying, Donald, if you like butts, why you want to get rid of all the pictures of them? I mean, look at me. I'm frickin' almost 71 years old. You think my prick still works? Hell no. This thing hasn't worked in years. Every time I see a picture of a hot black Asian girl's butt, it just reminds me of what I can't do anymore, and I get all pissed off. I mean, look at this thing. You look at my crotch area. It looks like a worm coming out of a pig's asshole. No more butts for anyone, ever. Oh, and one more thing. We're gonna bring back torture. We're gonna torture lots of people. I love torture. Torture's great. But that's bad, guys. That's bad.
Seriously, TJ, when both Steve Shives and Devin Tracy are torching your ass on the same subject, you know you messed up somewhere. I watched that Steve Shives video about you and I had to say, holy shit, I agree with everything that Steve Shives is saying. I can't believe you put me in that position, TJ, but he's right. It's absolutely indefensible that it took you this long to realize how bad Donald Trump really is. And it's frankly embarrassing that it was over something like recreational marijuana, given all the other issues at play here. I'm sure that when you saw people like Devin Tracy, this is easy, vote Hillary, Donald Trump sucks, automatically. You probably thought, oh, they're not thinking hard enough. They're just knee-jerk liberals. No, the actual reason was we knew how bad Donald Trump was and is. People who live in the real world had Donald Trump figured out by 1990. That he's a con artist, a fraud, that he always lies, and he always does what's best for himself, and he doesn't give a shit about, workers and stuff. I'm not sure where you've been all this time. The fact is, TJ, Donald Trump conned you. He conned you just as easily as he conned the average shit-kicking redneck out there who thinks that, Donald Trump is going to kick out the foreigners and bring back jobs. He conned you in the same way that he fooled evangelicals into thinking that he's a man of God. In your case, he conned you into thinking that he was some sort of free-thinking, anti-PC, libertine truth-teller who is going to think outside the box. And now you're beginning to see that that's not true. Like a lot of people, you're saying, hey, I don't want to be a knee-jerk liberal or a knee-jerk conservative. I'm going to think for myself and find some third way. And while that does sound admirable, many of these issues that we're facing today are in fact binary. Either states can legalize weed, or they can't. Or take healthcare. The very conservative idea is that healthcare should be provided by the free market, and the free market only. That people should purchase it by comparison shopping just as they do a television, and it should be done for profit. The very liberal idea is that healthcare should be some sort of basic function of the state, that it should be provided to every citizen on some level. Where is your third option in there, TJ? Where is your thinking outside the box? Because when people say they're going to do that, the solution never quite materializes. Who knows, maybe in the future there'll be some unthinkable, mystical third option where healthcare is provided through some sort of social media apparatus or something. But that doesn't exist right now. Right now, we have a very binary choice. And Donald Trump, surprise, surprise, is on the hard right of the spectrum. So yeah, next time you see fit to criticize some racist redneck, or some mindless evangelical sheep, keep in mind, you all have one thing in common. You all thought that Donald Trump was something other than what he was. And of course, you're free to sit back and say, I don't care. I'm a nihilist. I want to watch the world burn, fuck everybody. But on some level, I think you do care. Not just because of that weed might turn illegal where you are. On some level, you do seem to want to have your intellect taken seriously. You want to have your cognitive grasp of the world at large be seen as accurate by your fans. And I'll be honest, this whole Trump situation, it has lessened my esteem of your intellectual capacities, TJ. It really has. You're smart enough to understand that Brett Keane is a con artist who can't be trusted, but you can't see when Donald Trump does the same things as Brett Keane on a grand scale. Why not? Sure, the Drunken Peasants podcast is great for comedy, but when it comes to your Amazing Atheist videos where you talk about more serious issues, I'm more inclined to ignore those now. If I want the truth, I'll go to Sam Harris, not the Amazing Atheist. Your credibility has been damaged a bit, TJ. In the same way that anyone's credibility would if they said that, if they promised that the Iraq War was going to be a great success, or if they said that Suicide Squad was going to be the best comic book movie ever. When people can't see what's going on right in front of their eyes, it doesn't make them look smart. But hey, let's look on the bright side. Jeff Sessions may not even last very long as Attorney General. He might be replaced, although chances are he may be replaced by someone who has the exact same stance on recreational marijuana. Because I don't think this is coming from Jeff Sessions himself. This is coming from the private prison industry and the pharmaceutical industry. If Jeff Sessions is gone, they'll get another guy in there, I guess. Do you think Trump cares? And when you whine that that recreational marijuana creates a whole bunch of jobs, you really think Trump cares about jobs? No. And as for your line about grabbing a Molotov cocktail, oh my god, that's embarrassing. TJ, when you say you're going to grab a Molotov cocktail, I just assume you're going to drink it or something. You know what you sound like? You sound like a snowflake. You sound like a Ivy League snowflake who just found out that the school's theater club is going to be watching a marathon of Alfred Hitchcock movies. You know, Alfred Hitchcock, he was a rapist who abused women and whatever. And so they go back to their dorm room and get on their blog and they say,
I can't believe they're gonna show Alfred Hitchcock movies. I'm gonna grab a Molotov cocktail. I'm through, guys. Seriously.
That's what you sound like.
You'll do nothing. You'll do fucking nothing. Not one of you'll do nothing. Get the fuck out of here.
But hey, let's look on the bright side. If the federal government does crack down on weed in Washington state, there's a good chance you can get a green card by, like Paul says, claiming that you have anxiety, depression, and back pain. And if that doesn't work, won't it be interesting to buy weed illegally on the street again? I think that'd be so interesting and would lead to such interesting videos. I was going to make a crack here about having to buy it from some like hulking thug on the street, but then I thought, wait a minute, this is Seattle. If TJ has to buy street weed again, it's probably going to be from some really creepy liberal douchebag who expects you to hang out for 2 hours every time you drop by for a half ounce. And then he finds out who you are and he has all these, ridiculous ideas about what you should do on your podcast and how he should come on as a guest. Ooh, that sounds excruciating, doesn't it? But that will be so interesting. Isn't that what this is about, TJ? Interesting stuff like Donald Trump. Oh my God, seriously, you suck. Ben and Scotty are the best peasants.